Okay, we're here at go2math.com looking at some calculus. Let's go down to area, and I think we're here. Find the area bounded by the curve, 2.3. Alright, looks good. Whoa. This graph is not exactly on the screen, even though we can calculate it, but because we can see our bounds and everything. But let's go ahead and see if we can get something up here that's we can see completely. Alright, so we're trying to find the area, the shaded region. You see the green shaded region here, obviously. So you can pretend like this is somebody's yard or something. Let's say that's their front yard and their backyard. You want to calculate the square footage so you know how much to charge them or something. I don't know. This could be concrete you're pouring, whatever. Okay, so let's do this. Let's write this down. Now you notice we got some shaded region that's underneath the x-axis. And if you work some of the earlier problems in this section, you know what that means, right? That means that we're going to get a negative number here, and that just multiply by -1 or take the absolute value, right? Area is when we calculate area, it's always a positive number. Right? Can't have negative square footage of a house or something, at least not in the space we live in. All right. Okay, so what we're going to end up doing here is we're going to find this area, and then we'll find this area, and then we'll add them together and be done with it, right? Okay, so we're going from 0 to 2 is what it looks like here. Now, how do you actually know how do you know this is exactly 2? Well, this is one of the roots of the polynomial. In other words, if you take the function and set it equal to 0, right, you're going to get plus or minus 2 in this particular case. So for example, if you took 2 and you plugged it in right here, 2 squared is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0, right? Okay, so that's how we know how far over we need to go here. I mean, we could just tell by looking at this graph, but anyway. Okay, so we got that written down. Let's move over to the whiteboard, quit talking about it, and let's get it done, right? So we're going from 0 to 3, and our function is x squared minus 4 dx, right? So f of x, I don't know why I'm writing this up here, but I am, x squared minus 4. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is, I don't remember what this thing looked like, right? This would be crossing here at -4. So we want to find this area, and then we're going to be finding this area here. Okay, so we'll need to break this up into two separate pieces, and that is we're going to be going from 0. We said this, where it crosses right here at the y or x-axis, is 2 on the x, and let's just go ahead and do that first. All right, so we end up with x to the third over 3 minus 4x, going from 0 to 2. Go ahead, plug it in. So we have 2 cubed over 3 minus 4 times 2, and we can get some number there on that, but let's just go ahead and do the other one now. Now remember, this is going to end up being, should be a negative number here. Alright, so we'll have to make it positive. Now also remember that you can put the 2 down here, the 0 up here, flip the limits, put the 2 down here, 0 up here, and it'll automatically be positive. Okay. Now we're going from 2, and 3 was our upper bound, of x squared minus 4 dx. So we end up with x cubed over 3 minus 4x, going from 2 to 3. Alright. Oh yeah, I guess I left this part off, but when we plug 0 in, you get 0 and 0, so that's the reason I didn't even write that up here. I guess I'm not sure I even said anything about that. Anyway, we got 3 cubed over 3 minus 4 times 3 minus, and I always start a big parentheses here because we have a minus sign, okay? And then we plug in our lower bound, so we have 2 cubed over 3 minus 4 times 2. I don't remember if we were rounding or what we was doing with this. Yeah, it says round to 2 decimal places if needed, even though you could get an exact value, but I don't know why I did all that. Let's go ahead and get these numbers. So you go ahead and figure these up if you probably already have. 2 raised to the third divided by 3 minus 8. And of course we end up getting a negative 16 over 3. However, we need to make this positive, right? Make that positive. Okay, so let's go ahead and get all this craziness. So we got 3 cubed is 27 divided by 3 minus 12 minus, start a parentheses. See, that's going to be 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 thirds again. Minus 8, close parentheses. And I get 7 thirds. 7 thirds. I get so this area is obviously bigger than that area, right? So we end up with 7 thirds, and so let's just calculate the area, right? Where can we do this? So the area is actually going to be 16 thirds plus 7 thirds. And of course, if we wanted to get the exact value, right, we would say, well, that's just 23 thirds, and I'm not sure why I didn't get the exact value. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, they want the decimal representation, so we're going to have to do that. So 23 thirds is 23 over 3 is 7.67, so that's approximately 7.67. It said round to 2 decimal places. 7.67, and that's what script shows. All looks good. Okay. Alright, so you want to come on over to gotomath.com, practice that, and maybe you'll see me there. Alright.